Hey guys, this is Neon. Welcome back to Clownfish TV. I've got Squid King with me today.
Hi.
Squid King is a huge fan of Godzilla, Ultraman, and all kinds of kaiju, and they just dropped the trailer for Godzilla 2 King of the Monsters, and it looks freaking amazing.
So far, they haven't ruined it.
They haven't ruined it, no. So if you haven't seen the trailer yet, go out there and check. It's pretty easy to find. We'll put a link in the description. We're going to talk a little bit about it. Squid King God, you've been into Godzilla since you were like really little. Huge Godzilla fan. And we're looking at the trailer, and we realize not only is King Ghidorah going to be in the movie, Mothra is going to be in the movie, Rodan will be in the movie.
And Godzilla, obviously.
And obviously Godzilla. And 11. Millie Bobby Brown. But it looks like they have a lot of other kaiju that we did not expect to see. I think this is going to be kind of a modern take on Destroy All Monsters, because they have a ton of other kaiju. We're trying to figure out which kaiju are actually going to be in this movie.
Well, I definitely know that one we have not seen. Okay, so go back to the first one.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen the trailer, we're not going to go by like the entire trailer, because that would be a lot of landscape. But this thing that looks weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm 90% sure that this is Kumanga.
Okay, Kumanga is the... now, I'm out on Paste magazine, for those of you not familiar with Godzilla kaiju. They have a list of the lamest to coolest. And Kumanga is a giant spider. Let me see here.
He hardly got any attention.
No, he didn't.
He was in... I think he was in Destroy All Monsters for a little bit. He was in... he was in
Godzilla All Monsters.
He was in Final Wars 2. He just kind of was there for like 30 seconds and then just got the crap beaten out of him.
What's it? Like some of these kaiju, we don't know. They might only be in the movie for a couple seconds. But yeah, it sounds like they're basically remaking Destroy All Monsters.
Okay, so reasoning here. Okay, so mainly because it's his talons, because as you can see, he has like a very kind of insectoid segmentation on his legs. We're getting really in depth with this. If you go over here, if you just hit play for like a second, oh whoops, oh well, it's right here too, plus the talons and everything. Also on top of that, okay, it's like an oil place, right? Now normally those are typically in kind of like lesser developed areas, like Brazil, which is kind of where Kumanga always stayed, like in the tropics. Okay. So there's that. So the second one. This one I am the most excited about. Let's see if we can find it.
Yeah.
Okay, right here. Oh, whoop, that's too far.
Go ahead.
Right here.
As a mountain.
That is a mountain.
As Adamantoise from Final Fantasy 15.
Wow, you cannot speak.
No, I can't.
Here's town for scale. So, I am 99% sure that this one is Anguirus, because I was thinking about it. Anguirus was the first monster Godzilla ever fought.
Yeah.
There's no way they could leave him out. That's like having a Spider-Man movie, except Spider-Man wears like all blue 24/7. It's weird. Okay, so Anguirus.
Anguirus. Yeah, Anguirus, if you're not familiar, is another dinosaur type kaiju. He looks sort of like an Ankylosaurus, I guess. But yeah, he was the first kaiju that Godzilla fought. So it would make sense to put him into the movie. Plus, he's a defender of Earth. He's coming out of the Earth, So
mainly for his spikes, because if you look here, there's some spikes.
Yeah, but the trees look like they could be the spikes.
Yeah.
And then we have like a horn or something up here. Yeah, so I think Anguirus is going to be in the movie. Squid King.
Now, if you go back, one thing now, it could just be rocks falling, right? But then I realized those are some pretty big rocks. So what if those are the spikes? Like, what if his back is just an entire forest? That would kind of be cool.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be very cool.
So I think he will probably be in it. And we saw a couple other ones here. Now, there was one when they showed... Now, this is a Ghidorah, obviously frozen or crystallized or something. I thought it might actually be... hold on here.
It's on the first page because he's pathetic.
He's pathetic. I thought it might actually be Manda at first because he looks like a Chinese serpent. But it's definitely Ghidorah. So we know for sure Rodan is going to be in it. We know for sure Mothra is going to be in it. They show Mothra both as a larva and as...
But we're assuming it's a larva. I'm 99% sure that's a Mothra larva.
They had a Mothra larva in here. obviously Ghidorah, and he looks like himself. And you saw some concept art.
Yeah, from before.
On.
It might not have been real concept art. It might have been fan-made, but I'm pretty sure it was real. He looked more like Manda, but with 3 heads. And there's Mothra. Mothra looks cool.
Yeah, Mothra looks kind of like Batra. Mm-hmm. Doesn't it? With the I mean, it still looks like Mothra. You can tell by the wings it's Mothra, but almost like a Muto.
So far, this one seems to be more action-packed than the last one, because the last one was basically like, let's watch monsters walk for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they'll fight in complete darkness.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a setup. I love the first Godzilla. It definitely, for me, it made up for the terrible 90s Godzilla.
You can't call it Godzilla. It's just Zilla.
It's just Zilla. I mean, it's so bad that they created a cheesy 3D Zilla in Final Wars and destroyed it in like 30 seconds. Because it was terrible.
Got thrown into the opera house and then just destroyed.
Yeah, so... so it's possible we'll see 5 or 6 or more. They call them Titans in this one. Kaiju. I think it's pretty cool. And then
I have a feeling we're gonna go into like Civil War, Infinity War kind of stuff with like teams of monsters forming.
Well, you'll probably have the Earth Defenders or whatever. You have Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan.
Possibly Anguirus.
Possibly Anguirus, all teaming up to fight Ghidorah, maybe. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe we'll have something different.
So it looks like they really increased the budget on this one compared to the first Godzilla movie. And Kong, they've got multiple monsters. Kong and Godzilla, they really didn't have. They had like 1 or 2 extra monsters, but this one I think is going to be a monster fest, like you said, like Infinity War with kaiju. So I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. Very cool. So Squid King is excited. I think we're definitely going to go see this one. And then after this, they're going to do Godzilla versus King Kong.
I wish they did that one first, because that would kind of be like a letdown. Like, you have this massive, like, apocalyptic battle between titans, and then you're just like, oh yeah, now he's going to fight a giant monkey.
Yeah, unless they bring some of the other, maybe Godzilla and Kong will team up and fight Ghidorah again or something. I don't know. It is going to seem kind of like a letdown, I think. Now, Kong, they made a point, if you haven't seen Skull Island, they made a point of letting you know that Kong was still growing. So by the time we see Kong again, he probably will be Godzilla-sized, and it'll make sense. But this looks pretty.
They're probably gonna pull Skull Island into this one too, because in the Godzilla canon they had Monster Island.
Yeah,
which
this might
had like all the budget cut monsters that you saw like once. So I'm sure they're probably gonna like bring a whole bunch back.
Yeah.
From Skull Island.
Yeah, I think so. So maybe Skull Island, definitely has got more to come. But this, I don't think we're gonna see Gigan in this one though.
Gigan wouldn't fit because Gigan's a cyborg.
Yeah.
Made by aliens.
Maybe that's what they're saving him for Godzilla versus Kong.
Ooh, that would actually be cool.
That actually would be cool because Gigan's probably the second most popular. Well, Destroya.
Destroya's not really popular. He was only in one movie.
Biollante
was also in one movie.
Yeah, so they might bring one of those back. So maybe it won't just be Godzilla versus Kong. It might be Godzilla and Kong, or Godzilla versus Kong versus some other monster that we haven't seen yet. Because like you said, it's gonna be a letdown to just have Godzilla.
I feel like Godzilla would win so easily.
Yeah, he would. I think he would. I mean, Kong punch.
Kong almost died to a couple military guys with some explosives. I really doubt he's gonna be able to stop Godzilla or fight him anyway.
Yeah, not unless he can shoot like laser beams out of his eyes or something. I don't think it's gonna work. So we'll see. But that is gonna be the third one. Well, fourth one, I guess. And I don't know if Legendary's doing anymore after that. I think that might be it for there. So hopefully it'll outdo this one. We'll see. Looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be awesome. Okay, final thoughts.
It looks good.
It looks good. It does look good. This looks boring. We don't want it on this screen. There we go. There's some carnage. There we go. Rodan. We'll end it on Rodan. So subscribe to Clownfish TV for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more. This has been Neon and Squid King. Goodbye.
Bye.